Skål gutta!
Skål! Skål!
Hello, and welcome back for another round of Tipsy Wednesday, presented from the Penthouse Bar. I am your host this evening, Björn, and with me, as always and usual, I have Thomas.
Hello.
And Junior.
Hello, where is Thomas?
I claim to have Thomas here, but he seems to have a stand-in for some reason.
Yes, I'm just here to give you some candy. If you join me in my white van over here, please. I have lots of candy. You can call me the Candy Man.
He probably has other goodies as well.
Many goodies.
Why are you Schwarzenegger?
I don't know.
It just
happened to be that way.
Fair enough.
Come for candies and dildos.
What?
Is it a
Come for
good deal,
candies.
though?
It's a very good deal, though.
Very good deal, though.
Well, yes, I'm here.
Gee, does it get hot in that?
I can't understand how you guys can wear hair. It's so hot.
Yeah, I imagine, because when I get a haircut, I notice my hair getting noticeably cooler, my head getting noticeably cooler. So for you, usually running bald and having a wig.
Yes, I'm always running balls. I mean bald.
Balls.
Yeah, and for those who can't see, I'm actually wearing a wig, sunglasses, and a fake mustache.
Yeah, and a Hawaii t-shirt for some reason.
That's besides the point.
Okay, yeah. I imagine it's pretty warm over at your place.
Yeah, it's quite warm. It's quite warm.
As it is in most of the rest of the world.
Apparently.
Fun fact, I just read on Reddit that the US is experiencing, parts of the US is experiencing a record-breaking heat bulb, they called it. Yes, and it's a special phenomenon, and the temperatures is at a soaring 34 degrees Celsius, which is like, I've been to vacations where it's been hotter, but wait, the detail here is it's described as a deadly wet bulb temperature, which means that the air humidity is around almost 100%. Which changes things because you can't effectively sweat to reduce body heat. So if you have no air conditioning and you are above 34 degrees centigrade without and 100% air humidity, it could be lethal. So, hooray! Yeah. Wow.
It is
Thomas,
not it's gum.
For you listeners, he just dismantled or unequipped his mustache. And you used what to adhere it with?
The original glue on the mustache was gone, and I didn't have tape to use, so it was just gum. I had to chew on for a bit, and it got stuck to my real stubs.
To your real mustache. All right.
A painful mustache.
Yeah. Ow. That was more painful.
Taking off your sunglasses. Do you plan to stick with your wig?
Yeah, don't I look good with hair on?
Yeah, you look.
Are you mocking me?
Fabulous.
Are you mocking my
No,
hair?
no,
I'm
no, you look
offended by this.
Yeah, you probably should get a cut.
Okay, sorry, good sir,
What?
that I offended you.
No, don't be sorry. You're allowed to offend him.
Oops. I threw my glasses off.
Am I really allowed to offend him? Are you really allowed to offend people these days? Or do you risk being fined or even jailed or having other consequences because you offended someone?
You're allowed to offend Thomas.
Yeah,
I am allowed to offend Thomas. Okay, sure. I just thought in this day and age, in certain situations, you kind of aren't allowed to offend people. if
How
you
about
are
that
in
candy though?
I just thinking if you said something wrong and offended the wrong people and you had a certain type of job, you might lose it as a consequence, as an indirect consequence of offending someone, saying something wrong. You know, modern day problems in today's climate.
Would you
Not the weather climate, but people climate.
just don't offend your boss, and I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. Don't offend the mob, the
The mafia.
no, the people mob, the crowds, especially the crowds
But-
in France. They're pretty pissed off these times. That's another case and story in of itself. So besides that, how are you guys doing? Anything
Apparently, I'm going
noteworthy?
mental.
You're going mental, yeah. We took
yeah.
notice of that, but
You cray.
anyone any other news? We knew you were going mental from beforehand. So anything new besides that?
No, I've been working
No.
all week. Work weekend also, so I haven't done anything. Watched a couple of episodes of the new Witcher season and completed all my animes thus far.
The new Witcher season, is it still with Henry Cavill? Or?
Yeah, it's the last season of Witcher.
Ah, okay. The last season of Witcher with Henry Cavill.
Last season of Witcher.
Oh, period.
Period. No, with Henry Cavill.
I get you. Right. That's still on Netflix, am I right?
It's on Netflix, yeah, and I think
It's
they
on
released it in
Netflix.
2 parts even. It was season 3, part 1.
All
I
right.
think. So the 5 first
Was it-
episodes are out.
Was it good?
It's okay thus far. I've seen the 3 first episodes, and it's quite okay. Haven't deviated too far from the books, as I recall. So yeah, thus far I'm finding it entertaining.
All right.
Well, that's really depressing, right? Because we are all watching this sinking ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, but we all know Cavill quit because they wouldn't follow the books. So I imagine they will take a big detour any minute now.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just hope they the trends that people learn from this, from going off the source material of whatever people are making a show of or a movie of, detouring from the original material where you don't have to, where the fan base is already established. It's just a recipe for disaster. It's,
I always expect it to a certain degree because
Yes,
the
to a
books and the
certain
movies
degree.
are always not the same. But
if they are adapted from a book series or anything that has a lot more detail and length, you have to make compromises in a movie or
And
even in a TV series.
yeah, I really get it in a movie because you have to shorten it down a lot. In a TV show, there should be less deviation from the books. Of course, you have to adapt some things to make it work in the TV format. But it's the problem is when you start making your own political agendas in TV shows.
Yes.
Because one of the big things with Witcher and Henry Cavill quitting the show is because the writers doesn't like the source material. So they want to put more of their own thoughts into the show. So again, we are seeing a lot of the politically correct stuff getting pushed in there.
You could.
Even though the show actually have a lot of the issues we are facing these days with the discrimination and everything, it already exists in the Witcher universe, except it isn't with colored people and gender and whatnot. It's more about race, like humans, elves, and whatnot, and the elves and dwarves are
Like
looked down
the-
upon. So you get the metaphor is already there, and still they have to push politically correct agendas into the fucking show.
And if they changed it to a certain extent, we kind of expect it. But, they are trademarked with the Witcher logo on the show. How much do they need to deviate from the original source material for them to not warrant the Witcher logo anymore? Holy shit, that's a beer.
What the fuck?
For size, this is a normal beer can. Well, what the fuck are you drinking? Okay, yeah. I know those kinds without advertising for alcohol or anything.
Facts.
No, we're not advertising. You're drinking a 1 liter can of beer. I don't apologize to you Americans who use the fucking other system. Gallon. It's a pint.
A pint.
Quart. I don't fucking know. It's a liter. If you're curious, go to Google to convert it.
Yeah.
The metric system is the right system.
Isn't a pint half a liter or something? There's
I
always in
don't know.
British
That's something
shows
they
and
use in
everything.
Britain.
They order a pint of beer and they get the glass. And usually in Norway at least, the glasses are like half a liter. So, or they're advertised as half a liter, but they're not.
Googling the pint.
Paint.
Pint.
Pint is a unit of measurement, and it is 1 pint is 551 milliliters.
So just
So
above,
it's
just
0.
above half a liter.
0.55 liters.
Close enough, I guess.
Well, a little more than half a liter. Because the standard beer here in Norway, when you order it out in town, is like you get half a liter. But that is actually a bit less than 1 pint. So, I don't know. The more you know. Junior, how have you been? We didn't get to you before we droned on about the series and Witcher stuff. Nothing.
Holidays are upon us.
Yes,
why I'm
you
drinking.
damn bastard. You're on summer. You're not on summer vacation, but you have summer vacation. You're off work from work,
I'm off
but
for
you're
work.
obviously you're at home.
Who says?
Yeah,
He could
but
be at the hotel with his mic in green screen or green background.
Yeah.
But he's not.
That's not very holiday active to bring my whole computer setup.
Didn't you
No,
buy a
not
MacBook? No, not a MacBook. A Chromebook for such an occasion once.
Yeah, I still have it. I've never fired it up again. One-time use.
Good.
Oh, speaking of portable devices and summer holidays and whatnot, did you look further into the new Asus handheld gaming device? The, what's it called?
The ROG Ally.
Yeah.
ROG Ally. Yes. Have you, because it's now been released here in Norway and it's been reviewed and it's available on the common market. Is that something you've considered?
Yeah. I'm
Will you be
considering,
getting one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. For people
Yeah.
who don't know, it's a handheld gaming device produced by the company Asus, and they call it the Asus ROG Ally, with A for Apple. Why do you say A for Apple? That's not fucking English.
Yeah.
But you know, the ROG
It's not
Ally,
Asus,
and you
it's asses.
Asses.
However, this handheld device, you're able to download Steam and use your existing Steam library of games and play it on your handheld device, which means you don't have to purchase separate games for this handheld device, unlike a Nintendo Switch, for example. You have to buy proprietary games for your handheld device, unlike the new ROG Ally. But like the Steam Deck.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Steam Deck is.
So it's
the main
pretty much the
competitor.
same thing as a Steam Deck, but it's produced by a third-party company, which just has Steam enabled for their device.
Yeah, but it's now we're getting really technical because the Steam Deck has its own not UI but own operating system, right?
All right, yeah.
So the Steam Deck uses a Steam OS,
Steam OS, okay, but
very famous. But the ROG Ally uses Windows.
all right, so it's
Like
just
Windows 10.
very much just a regular computer in a handheld form.
Yes.
Ah, which
very
okay.
Very true. So I can watch YouTube on it. I can play Steam on it. I can play. You can play whatever you want on it, right?
You can use it as a regular computer or a laptop.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
okay.
you can download every emulator and use it as a big emulation device.
You can use it as the master handheld device. You can play your... No, we won't suggest what you can play on it because legally you're not allowed to, but there are ways to emulate and play your old games from other handheld consoles on this device. So that's a possibility. Not that we recommend it, but
No, but
I've heard it's possible.
the possibility is there.
Possibilities are endless. All right. I saw it available on one of our Norwegian web shops. One of the most famous one. The Komplett. It's one of the most used Norwegian web shops for computer parts. So, and it costs around 800 euros, I think.
Yeah, sounds about right. Because in the US it's $700. In Norway we pay a little bit more for it.
Yeah.
But it's still around that price.
Yeah.
But the main point is you cannot get a Steam Deck in Norway.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge factor there for not getting one of those instead of the ROG Ally.
Junior, you are going to America in September, are you not?
Yeah.
You could buy a Steam Deck over there.
I could if I could.
If you could.
Yeah, but I believe you have to order it.
And order it to the hotel. A couple of months in advance.
It's a queue, you know. It's not that easily to get it.
So you pretty much have to live and have an address in the US to be able to ship it to that address. And from then on, you could ship it to your place. It sounds too much of a hassle. Get the ROG Ally. And I expect you to give us feedback on how that experience is, because that's something that I maybe would consider, depending on your experience of it. Yeah. So yeah, just to be continued. Let's leave it at that, because we've discussed the ROG Ally in a previous episode. With that out of the way, should we just hop on to
candy?
No.
Okay.
Should we hop on to some topics? Something you were planning... no, I can't transition to it like that. What were you planning to do in the van? You were planning to have something...
What do you want me to say now?
Because one of your topics is...
being a pedophile. And I'm not.
Because that's just the topic note here. It just says pedophile. Well, okay. Shoot, go on.
I think just right before we started the podcast, and as everyone saw in the start of the podcast, they had the wig, the mustache, the sunglasses, and the candy and everything.
Yeah.
And a thought hit me just before we started recording, like, do pedophiles, when they are driving there in their white van, trying to give candy to kids, getting them into the van, do they care about the gender of the child, or do they just, as long as it's a kid, it's okay?
I don't know how that works. I would imagine you would have a preference, male or female.
Yeah, so you drive up, and there's a girl and a boy in the not the kindergarten, the park playing, and you stop there with your candy, and the boy comes over, and you're like, no, it's for the girl. Or do you like, yeah, just hop on in, come on in, have some candy.
I don't, I don't think any one of us knows, thankfully, but
No, that's what I just assumed, that pedophile in the white van and candy doesn't care about the gender. He just,
because
as long as it's a kid, he's okay.
on that particular detail, the pedophile in the white van giving or pretending to have candy in his van, that's the stereotypical image people have of, oh, that's a pedophile doing his pedo things. But statistics have shown that most cases of what do you call it, assault on minors, sexual assault on minors, what's the term? I don't know.
Oh, rape.
But most cases of rape on children are caused by someone close in their family or in their social, what's it called? Social circle in their family somehow, where the opportunity was, where the opportunity was right, where there was no van, there was no candy. It was just an opportunity where someone was supposed to look after a kid or something, and someone got drunk or something. That's what the statistics show.
But the stereotype has come from somewhere, right? Someone has offered candy to a kid.
Maybe. I imagine it's happened, yes. But statistics show that that's not the most likely case. But yeah, whether or not they prefer boy or girl, I don't fucking know. Do they just get off on the fact that it's a young person, a minor?
A minor.
Is that the main? Is that such a huge factor that they ignore the gender? I
don't know.
I don't fucking know. Is it? I never thought about it. It's,
I want to say it was just a funny thought, but it's not. There's nothing funny about it. But it's like a curious.
It's an interest, curious.
But what do you call a person as a fetish for a coal miner?
A coal miner?
Yeah, when you like a miner who is like mining stuff.
You're not a minor. You're a miner. I had sex with a miner. No, not a minor. A coal miner.
A miner.
Yeah, you have to turn into a fucking pirate to explain yourself.
It was just a miner.
It didn't sound any
in the
better.
coal mines. I don't know. Yeah, that's could be misinterpreted.
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
Very specific case that is.
Yeah. Just a thought.
I don't think
just a
that's
thought. But yeah,
I think that's yeah.
I have nothing more on this topic.
Yeah, I mean, neither
it was
do
just
I.
a
It's
thought
just-
that hit me right before the episode.
Yeah. Oh well, but jumping from sex with minors to sex in Japan.
Yes, because and that was in our Norwegian podcast. We were talking about a couple of episodes ago there that Norway is now changing or want to change the how old you can be to have sex, like
The minimum age
minimum
you're
age, yeah.
legally allowed. Yes,
which is now
From-
in Norway 16, and they want 15 to be the minimum age. And as mentioned many episodes ago, in Japan, you're allowed to have sex when you're 13.
I've forgotten about that.
So
13.
13,
That
yeah,
sounds
paradise
very
for the pedophiles.
Okay.
Big in Japan and all that. But yeah, no, they are now looking to change it as well.
What, Japan?
Yeah, they want to change their limit, the age limit.
Okay. I'm curious now.
They
Which
want-
way are they trying to go?
They want to go to 16. They want to up it to 16. Same
Oh.
as in Norway now.
Okay.
Yes, it's good.
That is good, I think.
I think, yeah, because I think
I don't think you should be
There are a
fucking
lot of
13-year-olds.
a lot of things happen in those few years. Puberty causes a lot of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, because the
13
rules
to
have been
16.
in Japan like for ages and ages unchanged throughout the millennia. I want to say, but throughout the eons.
A lot of throughout decades at least.
Yeah. So now they want to, up it a bit.
They want to up it to 16. Yeah, I think in case of Japan, I think it's a good it's a because the age of consent 13? No, that's too young.
Yeah.
In not just in general. I think it would apply to most people at that age. Most children, young adults.
You're not a young adult at 13.
You're not even a young adult. You're still
You just
a
become
kid.
a teenager at 13.
Yes.
But there are countries who do have the lower limit way too high as well. Like America, they have 18 in many states, don't they?
Yes, and they have to be able to drink any alcohol 21.
Yep, but you can drive a car at 16.
Yeah.
In Norway, it's the other way around. You can have sex when you're 16. You can drink and drive when you're 18.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Drink and drive.
Drink and drive, yeah.
No.
No, separately, but yeah. The age is the same.
But I think the tolerated alcohol level is like, in Norway, it's like non-tolerance. It's like a very, very, very low limit. You're not allowed to drink anything. But in America, for example, in some states, you're allowed to have a few beers and to have some level of, what's it called? The alcohol content in your blood. The limit is way higher than in a lot of places in the world.
Yeah, in Norway
So
you
it's
can't
like-
have one beer and drive, then you're fucked.
Yeah, yes. And in some states in America, it's you're allowed to have
A couple of beers and
a
it's okay.
couple, and then it's okay. So it's weird to see these cop shows from America, from those states in particular, where they stop someone who's obviously drunk on the road, and then they say, "No, I only had 2 beers," because if you ever said that in Norway, that would be reason enough. If you had even 1 beer, that was reason enough to get you fined and even jailed, lose your license and all. So yeah, it's just so many different standards. Yeah, and I don't know what the fucking right thing is.
Well, it just depends on the country, I suppose.
Depends on the country, and a fine middle ground is
Yeah.
in general.
But hold on, because this is so indoctrinated in us. Because you can actually have 1 beer and then drive.
You're
in
not
Norway.
allowed to.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Yeah. We're not 0.0, we are 0.2 or something.
You mean the legal amount of alcohol
Alcohol
content in your blood?
yeah.
Yes,
That
yes.
would be like
By
this
law,
one, which have only 2.4% of alcohol. You could probably drink this one and drive.
Yeah.
Not that we recommend it, because there's a but with this. You're legally allowed to have a certain amount of alcohol content in your bloodstream. I don't know, it's not the percentage, it's what we call in Norway the promille. It's not 100th, but it's 1,000th. That's what you measure the alcohol content in your blood. But even if you have alcohol content in your blood which is lower than the legal limit, you could still be fined and jailed, because this could still get you jailed or punished because of it. They could still argue that this was the reason you had an accident, because you had some alcohol in your blood, even if it was below the allowed limit.
Okay, can I just stop you there?
Okay.
The promille in Norway is just translated to blood alcohol level into English.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Blood alcohol level. Yeah.
But as you said,
Fair.
when we use percentage, it's 100, and with the Norwegian promille, it's in 1,000.
1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's you're not really safe by drinking just 1 beer here in Norway and going for a drive. If you happen to go into and run off the road for some completely other reason, or someone runs into you in an intersection and they figure you have some alcohol in your blood, even if it's below the legal limit for alcohol content in your blood, you're most likely going to be the one who gets the blame. And punishment and fine and jail time and so on, losing your license and all. But I guess it's in general good to have strict rules to keep people in line. Because if the rules are lenient, people will tend to stretch the limits.
Yep.
Like I know when we were on vacation in Thailand, they have this pretty much the same rules as us. You're required to wear the seatbelt, but we were told even if you didn't wear the seatbelt and a police officer stopped you, you could literally just bribe them and move on. Yes. So it's like very lenient. And they said themselves, that's not very good at all. But that may have different other explanations for that, with corruption and low income in general, which makes corruption a thing. Besides the point.
Yep. Don't be corrupt.
If you're going, if you're going to pay a fee, at least pay to the man.
No, that's called a bribe. How the fuck did we derail the topic train from sex in Japan to drunk driving?
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
No,
Tipsy Wednesday, folks.
It was because I used the analogy or the topic of sexual age in Japan, Norway, and America.
Yes, and we talked about legal age
from there. But yeah, good for Japan, I think. Good move.
Yeah,
good move,
I think a good move for Japan, upping the age of consent for sexual activities from 13 years old to 16 years old. I think that's a more acceptable age.
Yeah, well, in Norway we want to go down from 16 to 15 because
it's not as dramatic.
It's not as dramatic, but they think that it's been 16 for ages, and people nowadays grow up a lot faster. Or puberty hits a bit
that's
earlier,
what they.
Those are the arguments.
That's what they're putting forth to like.
I don't think that the people are actually more adult when they're 15 than 16. I just think it's more common for 15-year-olds now to use a lot of makeup and like just what they see the influencers do on TikTok and whatnot.
Yes, the internet.
Yeah,
has an influence.
But that's also beside the point. We're not the ones deciding this.
You're not the one wearing makeup.
Besides Thomas here.
Thomas.
Didn't use makeup.
Nah, you used I don't know.
You used a fake mustache.
Okay.
and a wig. That's not makeup.
Okay, yeah. No, I guess
that's
it's
accessories
accessories or decoration.
That's not a decoration, but it's props. It's props.
Props. Yeah.
In the movie business.
Right. Yeah. You were playing the role of the stereotypical pedophile.
Yeah.
Which just happened to have a Arnold Schwarzenegger voice-ish.
Yeah, because I didn't want to sound like me.
It was just the first thing that came to mind.
And I didn't want to go too low either.
Like Mickey Mouse. Woohoo. Oh, fucking
and I don't got the sudden accent down.
That was an accident.
Yeah, that was an accident. So that's why I just went with the Arnold voice-ish. Speaking
of accidents, Thomas, do you have an accident for us?
I have an accident for you. Because last week it was the implosion of the Titan submarine, and the week before that we talked about this mother of three who got sucked into a jet engine, and away she went. And it's happened again. Also in America.
Oh,
Did she go twice?
No, she did not go twice. She died the first time around. This was a new employee, or I don't know if it was a new one, but a different man. This was a man.
what?
This was a man.
Okay,
A man did it
okay,
this time.
keep going, keep going.
Yeah. No, you should actually start by addressing some mistake you did last time we talked about this, Björn. Because that is directly relating to how this guy went.
Yes, because a listener of ours took notice to a detail or a tone I had when talking about this jet engine accident, because I just kind of assumed that this accident where this woman, an employee at an airport, was sucked into a running jet engine, that I was talking along the lines of, maybe it was because of the airport's lack of security guidelines, or maybe it was lacking security altogether, caused by the workplace, the airport,
The company just wanting to
the
save
company.
money.
The company wanted to save money and take shortcuts, and it probably wasn't the employee's fault. But then a listener of ours caught on, and this listener of ours knows that I work as an electrician, and he asked me, I listened to this episode of yours, and I wonder, hasn't it ever been a case, despite you as an electrician going through yearly safety courses, being safety this, safety that, wear protection when you're working on electric stuff in general, use all of these safety measures, we go to rigorous routine through work and have safety courses and yada yada yada. Hasn't it ever happened that you just took a shortcut and didn't cut the power before you messed with something electrically? And I was like, yes, I have bypassed the safety measures because it was easier. It has happened. So I had to take a complete U-turn on my previous words and previous statement that it was probably the airport's fault and lack of security guidelines, because I imagine it was most likely because, knowing companies and all, they want to save their asses and put all of safety measures and save their asses on guiding their employees through safety courses and education and all of that. And it was maybe
you were wrong.
Maybe a case of where the employee took a shortcut because they've done it 100 times before, taking a shortcut because it was easier to get the job done without that safety measure, and this one time it didn't go as well.
And Junior told us so, and I was kind of leaning towards your opinions in this matter. And Junior was
my previous opinion.
Previous opinion, yeah. But at the time, I was thinking I was more on your side, and Junior were on the right side.
But now we're like, knowing myself and knowing how it's easier to just take a shortcut, bypass a safety measure because it's easier to get the job done, and it's probably safe enough, even despite the company or the airport in this case guiding you through rigorous safety routine to do the job safely, doing instructions and proper safe work. But so
Lo and behold,
how is this jet engine accident number 2?
Well, it's over a week since I read it, so I don't remember exactly, but I think he too was taking a shortcut because he had done it numerous times before. And this one time, well, he got the most powerful blowjob in the world.
Aww.
Yeah. He got sucked away. Quite literally.
Yep.
So
Was
painfully.
Was this at the same airport? It can't have been.
No,
That
it was
would
not
be
the
too-
same. It was just
yeah.
in America, not the same airport. I don't think
Yeah.
it was the same company even. So
Yeah,
just another employee at an airport taking a shortcut to get something done, like quick and easy. Done it before, and got sucked away by the jet engine and blown through it.
Yeah.
Grounded beef, everyone.
No.
Ground beef. Not grounded beef, but ground beef. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's how you would imagine it happens very often, us talking about this again, but
2 times in 3 weeks.
yeah,
But the first accident was actually on New Year's Eve. It just hit the media
story
in
just,
Norway now because of some lawsuits and something, and that's what was the article actually was about regarding that accident. But that
do you know how that went?
No, I don't think it's over yet. Or
Oh.
I don't know. The Norwegian news outlets haven't covered it.
Yeah, I guess it's a very specific one-person case. It's not that interesting for the international media. It's
the only reason
accident at a workplace, and those happen frequently,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
The only reason this accident also was in the media was because they previously had talked about the other accident, so like 2 times in half a year or something, and it's pretty much, I think, for that kind of accident.
Yeah. Did you see this on a Norwegian media outlet?
Yes.
I
I think I
So-
sent you the top of the article, didn't I? I think it was one of Norway's big news outlets, but I might be mistaken. Let me check that out quite quickly. Yes, it was one of Norway's biggest news outlets who had this.
Shit happens, I guess.
In San
Well, yeah,
Antonio in Texas, this happened. So yeah,
Yeah.
What a way to go. But at least it's painless.
and
Eh.
the company says that according to them, though, the accident doesn't seem related to their security measurements.
Yeah, the first statement, saving their own
Yeah.
asses. Not like, oh, we're sorry for the family or anything. The first statement is, it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
It also said,
It's not our fault.
They also reach out to the family and everything, but I just now quick read down to the part where they talked
Ah,
about the security issues.
But somewhere in there, they have a disclaimer saying, it's not our fault. Disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
Our hands are clean. Of course. It's I guess they have to do it. But it's just so fucking typical. It's,
This beer is kind of ridiculous to hold around, right?
because
I
it's
feel
a
like
I'm,
liter can of beer. It's,
Yeah.
Not as a
almost-
commercial, but what kind of beer is it? Because this is
Faxe Premium Quality Lager Beer.
Okay, because I know one
Beer.
of the Norwegian brands used to have like a special edition beer in summertime for, or which is that large.
Yes, a liter can. Yeah, which
Which company?
Yeah.
Ringnes usually have the summer special limited edition 1 liter beer.
Yeah, I have drinking the 1.5 liter gas bottle.
Ah,
Doesn't
yeah,
that-
the big green one with the white.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really, really good as well.
Wow.
I'm gonna buy one of those this summer when I come up north.
I hate to say it, but this is better.
Might be.
Oh.
But I
The-
really
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
I like glass bottles over box any day.
Yeah. Of course, I feel you, but this one, it's 5%, 1 liter.
Stop
Very
feeling
good.
me.
Stop.
Stop feeling me.
feeling.
Stop feeling.
Yeah, I feel you. You said.
Ah,
I say stop feeling me.
that's gay.
You're too old.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Don't
well.
care about the gender, just the age. No.
The age of
Ah.
consent.
I don't mean
Because
to
you're
trying
wholesome.
to impersonate Arnold because I really love the guy. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah,
Don't
Have
want
you
to
watched
put him in
great
a bad
guy.
light.
Great guy.
Have you watched the documentary?
I started on the first episode, but Witcher
yeah,
came
there's-
around, so I stopped and watched Witcher instead.
It's
Because
on
Witcher.
Netflix. Arnold documentary.
3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
First
okay,
episodes cover his youth and bodybuilding career. The second episode, I think, is his movie career, and the third is his political career
Okay. All right.
and the marriage and everything.
Yeah.
Alright.
And how he fucked the maid.
Because I remember watching something about pumping iron, and they said that's a mockumentary.
Yeah, no, not a mockumentary, but it's a documentary, but it's acted.
Very acted.
Very acted, yeah. They played up the characters. Arnold is basically playing a version of himself, which doesn't represent who he actually was as a bodybuilder. Lou Ferrigno, who is in the documentary as well, was kind of downplayed to be this quiet underdog, yeah.
Yeah. We aren't true at all, I guess.
Yeah, I think he actually was bigger than Arnold at the time as well.
Yeah, but there was a lot of acting, and it's very.
And
it was
funny enough, both of them are actors.
Yeah.
Became actors.
But it was very healthy to get people into bodybuilding, even though it wasn't a real representative of bodybuilding, right?
Yeah, I have that documentary on DVD, as it so happens, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, Arnold sounds like I don't know, a messed up guy. How he talks about how pumping iron is like coming several times day and night. Every time you feel the pump, it's like coming. And how and how
it's
how
better than sex.
And how he came up with an excuse on the phone to his mother not to attend his father's funeral because he was busy about to enter
pumping iron
competition. So it was like playing it off as I won't be coming. I'm busy. Like didn't act like it actually hurt him. So yeah, there's a bit of acting in Pumping Iron, but it's an interesting movie nevertheless. It's from 1977, I think, or thereabouts.
What?
Yeah, because it's one of Arnold's last years as a competitor before he retired and did the comeback in 1980, which he also won.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's.
There's a whole controversy about his win in 1980 as well, because he did the wrong poses and stuff.
But he won.
He won, but he didn't show off.
So he did the right poses.
No, he did the wrong poses to show off the muscle groups that were the best defined, and tried to hide away the muscle groups that wasn't as defined, because when he took those years off or was retired, he did other things. So to get back in shape, he didn't manage to get the shape, right? So instead of like showing off his belly and stuff, he tried to do other poses which hide the belly a bit and stuff like that. But he did win despite. But people think that he only won because it was Arnold, and not because he actually was the best bodybuilder that year.
It was his legacy. It was his,
basically. Great
his comeback.
return of Arnold, right? One of the biggest bodybuilders at the time, and most popular. So yeah, there's an entire thing about that, and I don't know if they will cover that in the Arnold documentary now, but who knows?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, brought to you by Thomas.
Yeah. As I said, one of my favorite actors. I've been a huge fan since I was little. Basically,
is he a good actor though?
He's an awesome actor. There's a difference. Yes, there is. He makes the kind of movies I like, the kind of action movies.
Yeah.
I don't need the super good acting as long as the action is good.
And he also made movies in a specific era of action movie making.
Yeah. The good era.
The good era.
Yeah, but to be
for action movies and martial arts movies, the late 70s, 80s, and 90s were the best. You don't see a lot of good martial arts movies these days that solely focuses on martial arts competitions and stuff like that. Now it's like John Wick going around shooting and kicking ass, which is super awesome, but it's not a pure martial art movie.
But to be fair, he was the perfect Terminator though.
He was the very perfect Terminator.
Yes.
He didn't have to
movies.
speak.
Yeah, but that's all basically made for him.
It's amazing. Those movies still hold up today. They're good.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome. Especially the second one, I think.
Yes. going from movies to series and our final topic of the day, which will be, as you know, Tipsy usually goes into gaming and anime. So, my girlfriend and I are watching through Attack on Titan, as you know. And we're now on a final stretch. We can count the remaining episodes on 2 hands. It's 6 or 7 episodes left. And
Yeah,
then...
but the last episode is an hour long, though, so...
Oh, well, 6 or 7 episodes and then the movie. Nevertheless, we're on the final stretch. So, and just watching Attack on Titan, the last episodes, they're fairly intense. You have to pay attention. A lot of things are going on. And it's not a sit down, chill out kind of anime anymore. It never was, though, but especially not now. In the final 6 or 7 episodes, and
it's
then
kind
the
of
final
intense.
movie. It's
In a
very
way.
intense. So we thought, hey, we're taking a bit of a break, so we're not like blasting through the final bits of Attack on Titan, because when it's all over, you kind of feel empty. It's like, holy shit, it's over. I have to wait for the last part. Oh, what the fuck? So we're intentionally putting the brakes on the Attack on Titan train, just watching not as many episodes as we want to.
Yeah,
at
why
each
not just
sitting.
wait till you know when the next movie is releasing and just watch these a month beforehand or something? No?
No, we're watching through it, but at a slower pace. However, we have decided, or already decided, to start on a new anime from one of the big animes as of now.
Kaguya-sama!
No.
And
I
you shouted
assume
that
you-
so fast I didn't catch what you said even.
You said
Kaguya-sama.
Kaguya-sama.
Ah,
Love is
Um,
war.
No.
are you going for Demon Slayer?
I assume you would guess that, but no, we did not go for Demon Slayer. And the choice was merely, it was one of the candidates, Demon Slayer, but it was chosen by a mere factor of me having a figurine of one of the
Kogiyas.
characters from that show, which I'll bring forth if you give me 5 seconds.
Fate.
As Arnold so famously said in Terminator 2, "Come with me if you want candy."
Come.
Ah. Yes, I
Are we
have
back?
this certain character.
Ah, yes, you got it from me.
Jujutsu
It's
Kaisen?
Christmas.
Yes, I got it from you during Christmas, and it's a character from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's not a main character even. It's one of the I don't know,
Side
upper
characters.
teachers, side characters, and he's not.
I haven't
He's
seen the
not
movie
in
yet,
the-
but doesn't he have a bigger part in that?
Maybe.
No.
No,
No? Okay,
not the movie.
okay.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
No. But you can watch the movie on Crunchyroll, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
It's on my list.
It's Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the movie. But that's like
Yeah.
a side story from the anime itself. I can't even recall the name of this guy. What?
I don't.
I don't remember either.
Mind you, he is a side character, but he's cool nevertheless. But yeah, our choice of anime was affected by me having that figurine on the shelf over there.
If that's how it is, I know what to buy you for this Christmas. An anime I want you to see. I just buy a figurine from that.
Well, I do have figurines from Code Geass. I have several figurines from that show. I have
Yeah, you got
Saber
one.
from
You
Fate Stay
you got one
Night.
from me.
Yes,
from
yes,
Code
that's
Geass.
right. There's,
The bunny girl.
I got the redhead girl in a alternate costume, which is not from the anime at all. And I've got one of the girls from the Netflix semi-animated show. What's it called? The Demi-no-human, semi-human, demi-human, something.
Demi no Kaiju. No.
Yeah, it was. It had a weird art style. It was an animated show, pretty much. But it was an interesting watch, nevertheless. And then lastly,
go on.
I have a figurine of 2B from Nier, which they now have an anime of, which is fucking great. And I haven't watched it. I've heard it's fucking great. I've heard it's fucking
Is it?
great.
Oh,
I've heard so, but I haven't watched it. It's on my radar.
Yeah,
Crunchyroll or Netflix?
Netflix.
they-
No, Crunchyroll.
Junior, you recommended Vinland Saga. Both
Yeah.
seasons. Where are they?
Netflix.
Okay, because I just saw a commercial on Crunchyroll as well, but I didn't know if that was both seasons or just the latest one.
I believe it's codependent. No. Both owns Vinland
But
Saga.
I can watch both on Netflix. Because
Yeah.
I've caught up with everything. All the seasons have finished, which I was watching. And Jobless Reincarnation just started, Junior, the second season.
Oh, I hate to say it, but I haven't seen Demon Slayer's last episode yet. I'm currently saving it.
Get
Maybe
your
I'll do
fucking fingers out of your ass or your head out of your ass and watch it.
The last episode, a 20-minute episode.
No.
No.
Oh.
A 50-minute
last episode.
Ah.
Was
the
it
season.
75?
Not the last episode, but the season's last. I quite don't remember. I just enjoyed watching the shit out of the episode, and when it was done, it was done.
Yeah, I remember the season
Yeah.
finale of season 2, was it?
Yeah.
The previous season, yeah, and it was fucking glorious. The fighting, the action, the drawings, the explosion. It was fucking glorious.
The
This
boops and
season's-
beeps.
And this season have been action packed from start to stop. So enjoy when you
Mm.
get there.
Ah, yes.
But I will soon join the Vinland Saga and Junior. As I said, every
Yeah,
season I
it's
was watching has finished up, and nothing new except Jobless Reincarnation have started up. So unless a lot of stuff starts up again this week, I will get around to watch it.
Yeah, but be prepared because Vinland Saga season I haven't
one
seen
and
through
two
season-
are really different. You have said many times.
Yeah,
On
like
pod even.
season one. Season 1 is about war. Season 2 is about not waging war. So it's
War and
about
peace,
wheat.
basically.
No wheat. You
Wheat,
learn a lot
yeah.
of wheat.
Yeah. But Björn, yes, you were going to start watching now. Then you said
Jujutsu
Jujutsu
Kaisen.
Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Not jujitsu, but it's called jutsu.
Jujutsu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jujutsu.
Jujutsu.
don't
And it
know
might
if
be a
it's
really
the-
good time because I think the next season must be around sometime soon.
I think
Yeah.
Junior mentioned the next season is around the corner,
Yeah, it is.
and I've
I
been
think
waiting
it's
a
what-
long time for that. So
Yeah, so now is
And
a
I
good
thought, yeah,
time to
it's-
start watching
No.
or rewatch the show for your part and her
Yeah.
to
You
start
You
watching it.
can.
And
You
it's
could
over
watch
20
Mob,
episodes.
Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho. Anyway.
Mob Psycho is also good in a different kind of way.
In the best kind of way.
Yeah, well, in its kind of way, it's kind of goofy, but still, the action is cool. But it's a it's a funny show and action-packed show at times. It has a good mix. It's but the general vibe of Mob Psycho is like, it's a bit goofy.
Well, on topic of anime, though, I want to say not all, but I think in most shows, I actually like one of the side characters better than the main character
Oh, okay.
for some reason.
And in case of a new show you've started to watch, you mean?
No, just in general, in anime, I oftentimes like the side character better than the main character.
Okay, do you have any
going
of those?
Going back ages, even back to Pokemon, I like Brock better than Ash. In Beyblade, I like the start out villain turned good guy Kai better than I liked Tyson. Because he was more calm and
The
collected.
edgy teenager.
Yeah, basically. Ray and Kai was my favorites in that show over Tyson and Max, who were more the main characters throughout the seasons. Bleach, I like many of the captains better than I liked Ichigo.
Well, of course.
Yeah, Naruto. who didn't like Akashi. Like I thought he was more awesome.
Ah, yes.
I even liked Sasuke better than Naruto.
So did I.
Just because of the personality of the many of the side characters, I like better. They're more ignorant, calm, and collected. While the main characters are often boosting of like just wanting to be good, and they have like a super outgoing personality and stuff.
Yeah, you don't really relate to that.
No. As an
main
introvert, I
character
don't
vibe.
really relate to those vibes. So oftentimes,
Mm.
more of the silent, the strong silent side character. Oftentimes, I relate more to.
Strong.
Strong, yeah, strong.
Strong.
Strong like Arnold.
All
Just to
right.
keep
Arnold
come back to
is-
that throughout the episode here, yeah.
Arnold is strong Arnold.
Yeah. Well, but I'm looking at the time now, and we've passed an hour, and so yeah. Did you have anything more to add in, Thomas? It looked like you were
Next
about to
week's
say something.
episode will be the last before summer vacation, I think.
Yes,
Junior?
yes.
I
Yeah.
think yeah. I'm just asking because you are having vacation now, and me and Björn start next weekend. So, not next
Yeah.
Not next week,
weekend. No, the week after.
the week after that. It will affect the podcast in some way. We were not quite sure how we'll do it, but we will have some kind of summer holiday.
And we will have a special episode.
I think for Tipsy Wednesday we will take a complete vacation, and maybe if you have time, we will do one summer special when we're all together.
Yeah, it's
It's not a promise; it's a maybe.
yeah. So yeah, with that disclaimer out of the way. Disclaimer? No?
Yeah, disclaimer. Yeah,
Bomb.
just a fair
bombshell.
warning. Then next episode will be the
Warning.
last before we take summer holidays for
Yes.
3 weeks or so, 3-4 weeks.
Yep. So, again, I would like to thank our listeners for listening to us for yet another episode of Tipsy Wednesday, your favorite podcast, maybe. You can support us following the links below. Follow us on Twitter, on social medias like Facebook. Join us on Discord. Provide us with criticism or praise in our Discord or Facebook or whatever. Reach out to us. If you want us to discuss any topics or have any questions, we're happy to answer them in our podcast. So,
And follow me for candy.
no, don't. Yes, with that, I'll say thank you and adios.
Goodbye.
Good night.